couldn't find a hair elastic. Sad. We're gonna do broken doll makeup today. Thank you to the viewer slash chatter yesterday on my live who requested that look. All September, October, I'll be taking like Halloween look requests. I want to do 2 months of spooky looks this year. So those are a lot of days to fill. I'm going to try to do a look almost every day. I'm not going to say every day, but almost every day. Yeah, so, and even if I've done a look before, I'm like open to doing a different version of it. So just suggest what you're interested in, even if it's like super random. Like I'm open to very cool new ideas this Halloween. And I know it was viral a while ago, the Pat McGrath doll skin. This is not going to be quite that. I have done that in the past if you want to check that out. I'm going to go for the more classic, not cartoonish, but just a bit more painted doll versus playing with like the texture, which is what Pat McGrath really did, which was amazing, don't get me wrong, but it's just not quite the look we're doing today. I just want to be clear because I'm sure some people are trying to do that look as well. So I have videos on that look, and a lot of other people do as well. I think Pat McGrath also has a whole video herself of how to get that effect. But I'll show you guys how to paint it on because I think it's also going to be kind of what most people are using. But it's good to prep the skin. I'm using a pretty thick coat of moisturizer. And I am going to let that sink in for a couple minutes because I want the base to sit nicely. And I don't want the excess product to mess with the white base we're going to do, because also the less natural a base, it gets a little bit more obvious when it's not super blended and smooth. So I want to just like take the time for skin prep today, especially for a doll look. I want the skin to look doll-like, so I am putting more time on like really rubbing the product into the skin, moving it around the face. Like I just want to make sure we're working on like a flat-ish surface. Like obviously I have acne, but I don't want the product to pill and react pretty much. And if you find you do a lot of skin prep and your makeup still does like the pilling, you may want to either use a little bit less of skin prep or also give it more time to sink in, which is what we're doing today. Because again, I want a really nice base today. So slightly boring, but that's why I like the lives, because you actually can see how long steps take and that maybe you're not doing it wrong. It just takes longer than a 10-minute tutorial, you know? Not that I don't love a 10-minute tutorial, but sometimes it's helpful to just follow the process every second of the way. I don't know. And I need to figure out if I want to listen to a playlist or a video today. Options. Yeah, hello to all the new subscribers too. Hello. Really exciting. Like I think like 4 or 5 days ago I had like 300 subscribers, and now I have like almost 800. So we are zooming, in my standard at least, zooming right now, which is exciting. I'm just gonna give it like another second, but it's like pretty much into the skin now. And I'm going to be using the Krylon TV paint stick for my foundation today because I want it to be a little radiant and glowy. I find the paint stick in person looks a little cakey, but again, it's a TV paint stick. In pictures, it's very radiant looking. So if you're doing it for photos, TV, it makes a lot of sense to me. If you're going for the pure in-person effect, I definitely like the sunset makeup for everyday real life in person, wearing it like that. I get a lot of value out of that one there for sure. I've gone through 2 bottles of that one, and I think this is like my 3rd time using the Krylon stick, so it's also a very new product for me, and it definitely will have its own learning curve. But yeah, okay, I think we're probably on the right track now. And I've obviously shaved my brows for Halloween because I want to make my life easier. It's always jarring the first day I shave them off because I have quite like thick natural brows, but I get used to it quick and I do love my face without brows. But anyways, let's watch maybe an Adam McIntyre video as we do this. Okay. Well, I don't know if you can see this bag here. I'll show you guys one time. My friend painted that bag for me. She's an artist. Ashley Grew. Amazing art. Amazing. Pull it up. Oh, art by Ashley Grew. My bad. Really awesome art. Highly recommend y'all check that out as well. But anyways, we're definitely moisturized. It's not like tacky on the hand. It's ready to go. So we're going to take our paint stick today. And I'm just going to throw it all over the face, but really focusing on the highlight regions. Like literally, you can just go in like that. And I'm not going to go down the neck today. I only want to do the face. So that's what we'll be doing. And I'll probably do 2 coats with this, blending this out and then just doing like another quick layer on the highlight areas again. But yeah. And I find just the warmth of the hand does a great job blending this. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions, any look recommendations. I don't know, general comments. And then you really want to make sure you get in like the crevices of your nose. It looks kind of weird, but it just kind of has to be done. Or else you really get the flesh tone coming through. And like I'm already quite pale, so like, you know, it's just quite obvious because it's quite a stark contrast. And we'll just keep blending it. This also helps thin it out so it doesn't feel quite as cakey. But it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to do like a very classic base, and then we're going to go in with some black and maybe grays and whites, and we're going to do like a cracked skin effect over top of that. And I think that's how we'll do our doll look today. And I may do like some shaping with the eye to make it a little bit more doll-like as well. That's kind of my thoughts right now. And you really got to get into the 5 head with this one too. Again, this is why I said Mega Mind look is definitely incoming for October. That's for sure. slow and steady. You could definitely probably do this faster, but I just also like to do it this way. Makeup's also kind of relaxing for me, so I don't always like totally rush the look, even though I am impatient. Okay, and now we're just going to take a little bit more, and then I'm just going to put a lot more over here. Actually, we just want to kind of make sure the center of the face is quite bright. And I find the nose is sometimes a bit weird, so I'm also going to like make sure to carry extra product around here because I find it kind of thins out a little bit easier. And then just kind of blend that up just to get it nice and bright. Okay. Okay, I'm going to go right under the eye. Tap out any product that's settling. Add like a nice little coat onto there. I am using a fair amount of product for this, so I want my base to be as consistent as I can possibly get it. Whew, okay. Dirty. I also keep my old dirty makeup wipes just to, not long, just to wipe my hands the next day. I don't know. It's like just using like a, I don't recommend it. I'm just revealing my gross hacks. They aren't real hacks. It also is not great timing that I'm already running out of my white powders. Or translucent powders. Actually, they're not even translucent, some of them. They're literally white powders. But it's not even Halloween and I'm already running very low. We just need to set the skin so we're able to like blend the blush and the eyeshadows a bit more consistently. And we'll just do a little boost for the forehead as well. Okay, let's try that. I'm gonna add blush and contour. Oh, I forgot my blush brush is like neon green right now. That's okay. We're gonna use a different brush. So I'm just gonna start with a really neutral shade of blush. There's a little bit of product already on this brush, so it's gonna be a little bit more pink. I'm just gonna start really lightly Throwing some color around the face. This is also going to just pick up if there's any foundation that wasn't quite powdered down. It's going to kind of catch that, but be a bit more on the neutral tone. So when we go in with the bright blush, it doesn't catch, if that makes sense. It's just adding extra security to that. Okay. Take a coral blush now, much brighter. And I definitely usually use a blush brush, but again, mine's just kind of dirty, so we're just going to use what we got. I'm picturing like this with some purple eyeshadow. I'm going to go in with a very doll-like eye, and then we'll get into the cracking at the end. So I want a really, really doll-like base before we even get there. Just kind of slowly keep blending it out. Moving up the face generally. And then you gotta do blush a little bit everywhere. Kind of helps shape the face. On the temple, just lightly. It just really adds another dimension. And I'll also do that on the nose. I'm also gonna kind of throw it around the brow. Okay, cute. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of contour. This is the Cheekbone Beauty palette, the Earth palette. I'm going in with the Cool Tone contour shade, just on that blush brush. I'm just gonna, not as heavy as my other looks because I don't want to be too harsh, but I just want like a slight contour line just to shape the overall face and have a bit of dimension. Not really too overly change the whole look. Okay. Okay. I'm now going to go into some eyeshadows. Where did I put her? Oh, here. Okay. Going in with this Fairy palette by Sunset Makeup. I'm going to start with the fluffy brush. Usually I don't start with brushes so big, but I don't necessarily need an overly precise lid. So we're just going to start shaping out a really rounded eye. And I'm going to go on this edge as well. I'm just going to start building it upward, kind of making a halo eye actually. At least just to start. Okay, and then I'm going to move on to making the eyes a little bit more cartoonish before I do too much with the eyeshadow, because I just kind of want to see like what it's actually going to look like. So I'm going to go in with some face paint. Actually, I'm going to go in with the foundation we used. Never mind. Okay. Put white on a smaller brush. I know the under eye is already white, but we're just going to like brighten it even more. Also just kind of figure out the shape that we want to do. Something like that, and we'll add lashes like below. Okay, just gonna do that on the other eye. Okay. I'm just gonna make this eye a little bit more rounded. Okay. And now we're gonna go in with a really skinny brush like this. Go in with that purple. And we're literally gonna go like right under. And then you kind of like pull it into the rest of the look. So people can see it better. You really need to give it like a good shadow. I'm gonna add a little bit of green because it's gonna kind of contrast that purple. Kind of just right on the outside where I want it to kind of droop a little bit more. Or not droop, but just kind of like give the effect a little bit stronger. Okay, and then we go back in with the fluffy brush with the purple. And I'm actually going to pull the bristles down so it's a little bit more dense and controlled. And we're just going to blend that up and out. And we'll probably re-go in with the whites here later, but I again just am going for like mostly just shaping the look out and seeing what we want to do with it. And I like to just build the saturation slowly. We can just see what we like and what we don't like. I want this to go up a little bit more on the lifting side of things. I mean, it's a doll look. We can get a little bit crazy with it. What do we think? Okay. I think that's not bad. I'm just going to add a little bit of glitter. I keep blending here because my brow's a little itchy. I'm just using the brush so I don't smudge the makeup. Okay. take this Pat McGrath glitter. I'm going to start with a very light shimmer, and we'll see what else we want to add. And then I'm going to kind of like buff it out. Okay, and I'm going to mix a little bit of the purple glitter into the edges. Not as much though, but just to give it a little bit of shine. So when we take pictures, it does look a little bit more on the 3D scale of things. Tap that in. Okay. Now I'm going to take this little actually going to take there we go. I'm going to take this skinny one. Just cover that like that. And we're going to go in with fake lashes / a lash line on the bottom. So I'm going to get a mirror because it is going to get a little serious. I'm just taking a very long skinny brush like this. I just need to warm the product a little so it's easier to work with. Okay, so I'm going to take it on a brush like this. Okie dokie. So I did want it on a little of the cartoon side, so that's why I'm going in with the black outline. So now I'm just going to go like and we're just going to kind of like slowly build a lash line. The only thing is like be careful with the direction of the lash. I always mess up on lash and it kind of ruins the vibe. So yeah. What do we think? I think it's going to be cute. And then we'll just get a little bit thinner with the lashes as we get closer. Something like that maybe. Hey, Thanks for joining again. Yeah, I'm just getting like the doll eye done, and then we're gonna do like the cracked skin. Yeah, I haven't quite figured the whole look out, but that's the idea. Okay, I think that's kind of cute. I'm gonna do a quick brow actually, just to see. Or, let me do the other eye. Let me make it symmetrical first. That's how I end up kind of shooting myself in the foot. I also like the whites kind of falling out, so I'll add a little bit more at the end if I can remember. Ooh. Okay, that wasn't actually so bad. Okay, loading the brush up again. Okay. Lashes always stress me out a little bit, like fake ones. I feel like you gotta just be like quiet when you do the lashes. Thank you. Really appreciate that. We'll see what the cracked skin ends up looking like. Mm-hmm. Okay. I find with these, if the line kind of trickles in and out, it's okay, because your natural lash, like sometimes you don't even see the very tips of your lash because they're a little bit like sun bleached. So it's not necessarily a problem. Okay. That's something at least. Let's do a light little brow and do it like, ooh, that's a I was going for sad and then we ended up kind of serving, so that's okay. Ooh, this one's a little sharp. Okay. I don't think we've messed up yet. I mean, they're not symmetrical, that's fine. I don't know what I'm gonna do for lips yet. I might wait a second and come back to that. I think I can start with maybe the cracking skin. I'll also do black mascara later, but I'm gonna do that at the end, I think. I don't know. Oh, I forgot I had a tea. 1 second. I need a sip. And my knees hurt because I'm crouched. I will complain about that every video. It's okay. But yeah, I think for the cracked skin, we're just going to do like black lining and then go in with the highlight right beside it. And hopefully that's enough for a 3D look. If not, we'll like reassess. I might have to use like eyeshadows. I don't know yet. I haven't quite done this type of look before, so we're kind of figuring it out together. And I'm not going to get this on anything right now. Maybe I will. Oh, the tea's behind the thing. Oh, awkwardly close. My bad. All right. Okay. Sorry. We're going to get back to it now. Going in with the black face paint again. Same long, skinny brush. It's easier to get quite thin lines this way. Which I used to not believe, but it's just because you have to use a light hand. And I used to not be able to do that. I'm going to go like... I need to Google a picture of a crack. Hopefully only one type of crack comes up, but we'll see. I like to have a reference photo. Oh yeah. There's actually about... I could think of 3 different types that could have come up, but I got the wrong one. Okay. I want like a triangle kind of crack. Oh, my knees. Okay. I have the reference. Let's try it. I'm going to first do like a... Okay. I think that looks like it's crumbling. I'm trying to also go with the shape of the face so it still looks a bit on the glam side. I'm just adding like little lines. I wish I could zoom in right now. Because I feel like it's a little... I'm like so far back, it's a little hard to see. But... I'm just going to deepen around the center here. So I want it to have a little bit more dimension. That looks real. Does it? It's kind of a random place. Let's do one on the side of the face. We might have to come back to that one. But I think we could definitely do one on our temple. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions, look recommendations, all of that as always. I don't know, maybe is that enough? Like, I don't know if it looks 3D enough. Mm. Yeah, it kinda is giving Brad's doll. I was thinking that when I was doing this, I was like, "Ooh." And the brow really made it more Bratz doll, to be honest. Not as traditional doll as I was maybe. But I like it though. I love a skinny brow. Bratz really knew what they were doing. Okay. I'm gonna go on the chin and we'll definitely add one on the forehead as well. I wanna go forehead, but I don't wanna look like necessarily Harry Potter. Let's try like I'm gonna make more like little things. It's not the best one. Yeah, I like that vibe. Makes them even spookier, I guess. Freaking baby hair's getting in the way, smudging my stuff up. Rude. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Lately, it's been like a bit more on the lighter side. But when I first started doing makeup, I did like the gore stuff, like that OG zipper look. Like that was my origin story. But I want to get more into gore again. But the social media is also like sometimes like they like deleted my videos sometimes because they like don't consider them okay pictures because of the gore. So I've like kind of lessened the gore a little bit, which is too bad because it is such a fun look. But yeah, I'm also like yeah, they keep deleting my gore pictures, so I kind of shifted away. Like even if I say like gore, they'd still get me for it. Is this enough cracks, or do you think we should do more? Maybe it's not enough yet. I think we need one on like, somewhere like over here maybe. Maybe that was a little too chunky. Let's see. But I definitely want to do more gore looks. Someone requested, I think, like a super gore zombie. Was that? I'm so bad at the usernames. But so yeah, that's a gore look that's gonna be incoming. Oh, I don't really love that. I know. Even like Instagram, TikTok, they all take it down. So I'm like, I guess not. Okay, so I thought it was, but I literally have like not a good memory with names. Hell yeah. Well, thank you for joining and lurking. Yeah. Okay, so we have the doll look, and then we'll do that zombie look. But gore zombie is definitely going to be an October moment. I'm trying to save mega Halloween looks October, and then like these type of looks can like kind of, they can be safe for September, you know? And then because I made this one kind of too dark, I'm just going to add a little bit of extra lines. I think, is that broken up enough? I can't decide if we need like, I think this looks like a broken doll, right? Or do we need more? Also, it probably needs a little bit more shading. Yeah, I know. I think I have a big bottle at my thing, but if I don't, we'll see. If I don't, I'm just gonna use glue and tissue paper. There's always a way. It won't be like long lasting, but I won't be in that look for too long. But yeah, hopefully I have the liquid latex though, because that would be easier. Yeah. Hey, thanks for joining. Do we think this is enough cracks on the face to look like a broken doll, or do we need more? I might just do a little detail around the lips I'm now seeing, but I don't want to overdo it, but I also don't want to like underdo the effect. Yeah. Okay. Let me stop. We're going to go in with some white now with a different brush. Once I find it. Hello. Nope. Well, we'll use this brush then. It's all good. And we're going to go in with some white. And I'm going to go up on the above parts and just add the little extra white highlight above. It should look a bit more like pieces. I don't know if you can notice that. It kind of pops out better. Oh yeah, I think the white highlight helped a lot with the shaping, maybe. What do we think? I think this is looking a bit more realistic now with the white highlight. But if you don't like it, I'm open to that as well. I keep getting it in my hair and then it's like transferring. That's why you tie your hair up. Okay, I think we're looking a bit more 3D. Okay, and then I'm going to add white highlight under the brow. You can see it just helps the brow pop out better. I love a little highlight. Like cute, right? And then I'm just going to add a little bit more white. The white foundation we use though. I'm going to add that under the eye. What do we think? More cracks, or does it look like a cracked doll? Like, I just don't know if we need like another thing here, or if I'll be adding like too much, or even like over here. I'm gonna do mascara. We can think on the face. We're gonna readjust. Take a sip of tea. Damn. Where am I gonna throw this? I guess back over here. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, let's do mascara. I think black mascara. We could do a colorful one, but I think we'll just keep it kind of classic with that. Or should I do white lashes? Maybe I should do white lashes for the top ones. Yeah, I think we're gonna do white lashes for the top lashes. Kind of changing my mind. But I'm also gonna make this into a TikTok because I've been meaning to film this stupid lash hack I have, but I'm gonna embarrass myself and also do it on the live. So, oops, and not get copyright with the music. Yikes. Okay, let's see if this will work. Get the phone up on here. No, we'll do that a different time. The lighting is just not good. That's okay. Okay, well, y'all will get that tea then. Get my video back playing. For any lashes, I just pack on like eyeshadow to make it into a colorful lash to match the look. I actually don't own a colorful mascara. So, actually, I may have a silver one, but I don't really use it too often. Okay. We're going to do at least 2 coats. I want a very chunky lash today. And I do take a weird amount of time on my mascara. But you can really manipulate where the lash is, and it really changes the eye. So I think I do spend the time to do that. I'll let this dry, do another coat, and then we're going to pack the lash with white powder. And we're going to have white top lashes. And then keep the bottom black lashes, I think. Is it not cracked enough? Because when you look at it far away, I don't know if it looks that cracked. Absolute choices to make. I'm going to add like one line over here. I just don't want it to be too bare. Not even like a super complex line, just a little bit of texture moving around the face. Then we'll also have to take a little bit of white then. Pronounced? Okay, yeah, fair. I'm gonna go in with more white then, because I think it needs to like pop better. Okay. Thank you. Oh, no worries. I love the suggestion. I honestly wasn't exactly sure when I'd get to it, but this morning I was just thinking about that suggestion. It was like, you know what? I think it would be a fun look today. So thank you. Okay. I think that made it look a little bit more real. Um, sorry, I always have to lock in on eyeliner, which is why sometimes I don't do live videos with eyeliners because I know I'm like just awkwardly quiet. But is that better? Also, the camera quality is not as good, so it will look a little bit more detailed in person or when I take the photos. Okay, and now I'm gonna add this blush shade, mix it over to red. Okay, thanks for joining. What do we think? Is it a bit more pronounced now? I'm also going to do the last layer of the lash. I do that, but I think I'm at like the blackest black for this face paint. Yeah, because it also reflects because I haven't like dried it down. But yeah, sometimes the highlights is the trick, I've noticed. Because then sometimes you get a little too dark with it and then it gets like a little unclear. So I don't know. Pro tip, I guess. I'm laughing at myself, just to be clear as well. Okay, and I'm going to do the mascara hack to get white mascara. Just getting my stuff. And then I want to do another layer of mascara because the lash needs to be as wet as possible. And I'm really going like all the way to the root. Don't do that. I'll go in with white and correct. I always make a few mistakes, so. Sorry, a lash just fell in my eye. Ooh, sorry. A full lash of mascara just killed my eye. I think I got it out though. We'll see. Okay. Fresh coat of mascara. Then take your powder. Something like that. I think the white lash just kind of adds a bit more of like a, what's the word? Like a bit more of that unreal effect. Okay, one more quick coat because it was a little dry. And then little mirror. Okay, I think this is the look. Let me get a little bit closer here while we wrap up the video. Yeah, this is the broken doll skin. I would add a setting spray on to make it even more glossy, but I don't really have one right now, so we're just gonna skip that. Again, this is not meant to be like the Pat McGrath doll skin. This is meant to be quite a different vibe, a bit more on the Halloween grind. But I did try her tutorial like last year, I think, if you want to check that out. Thank you for watching. We are growing more and more each day, which is super cool, so consider subscribing. Thank you for your suggestion. This is a really fun look. I'm gonna go take pictures of it and post. Oh, I've been seeing people do Uncanny Valley. I've been thinking about trying it. But I know it's like a trend last year, so I almost feel like I'm just debating if it's like kind of already been done enough. But I definitely think it's super cool. So I've been like thinking about it still. So I'm gonna be like a maybe on that look because I've definitely been seeing it around and it does look super creepy, which I love. But yeah, anyways, so I'll post shorts content of this look soon. If you want like the high quality photos, it'll be on my Instagram. And yeah, take care. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. And comment look recommendations because I will try to do majority of them. Thank you. Bye.